Good morning, everybody. Welcome in to Spirit of Life Alchemy for today, the 10th of May 2022. We have got some astrology today. So the moon is going to be in Virgo all day, and this morning, UK time, British summer time, it's going to form a square with Mercury right before Mercury goes retrograde. Okay, so there could be difficulties in communicating the details of a story or our story, or difficulties in self-expression. Things could, the usual Mercury things, computer, communication, telephones, travel arrangements, all going a bit askew with. That's happening this morning. Mercury's going to be retrograde until the 3rd of June. It will station direct. But it's actually been in its shadow period since the 25th of April, and it will stay in shadow until the 19th of June. So sort of right up to almost summer solstice. So it's in retrograde in Gemini, going back into Taurus. The next 3.5 weeks, rewinding, reviewing, considering, reflecting. This could be all around, while it's in Gemini, it'd be around Gemini themes of communication and things. When it goes back into Taurus, it could be our communication around our values, around our resources, our possessions, comfort, things like that. So for a deep dive, have a look at where this is happening in your own natal chart, and that will give you more of an idea of where the energies are working for you personally, so you can adapt to that and sort of work it for the best you can in your own life. And then also in the UK, it's not happening before midnight. It's going to happen at 22 minutes past midnight, so tomorrow. But Jupiter is going to enter Aries at that time. So depending where you are on the planet, it's the 10th or the 11th. As I say, in the UK, it's 22 minutes past midnight, British summertime. So take that and amend for your location to your time zone. And Jupiter's going to stay in Aries until the end of October. It's going to get as far as 9 degrees of Aries, and then sort of retrograde back to 28 degrees Pisces. So any planets that you've got between those points, you can be reviewing and going over. I have my Chiron at 29 degrees of Pisces, so I'm expecting a lot of sort of self-healing and wounds and betrayals and sort of things like that coming up that need to be resolved before Jupiter gallops back into Aries early next year. I'm also a Gemini as well, so at the same time I will be having Mars going retrograde in Gemini. So I am expecting the last couple of months of this year, 2022, to be quite something for me. So I will definitely be preparing to work with that and know where it is in my natal chart and what energies I'll be working with. So yeah, sort of today into tomorrow, there's quite a lot going on. Buckle up. I will be doing a separate reading for Mercury retrograde, and I'm going to do another reading for Jupiter going into Aries. So I just got distracted by a great big fat bumblebee coming up to my window right in front of me. That's the astrology for today. So it might be a good idea to be cautious about what you're saying and how you're saying it to people with or the stationing Mercury in Gemini energies, And as always with Mercury retrograding, we know it retrogrades 3 or 4 times a year. So we're sort of quite used to this journey. If you're following astrology and things, oh, here we go again, backwards, forwards. So yeah, all the re's, every and double and triple check everything to do with communication and information and conversations and things like that. Anyway, let's do some cards and see what the general influence is today for the collective. So we're going to use the wisdom of the Oracle deck today and the Thoth deck. Okay, so what do we need to know for today? Oops. Messages for Spirit for the collective, please, for the 10th of May 2022. What help, support, advice and guidance can Spirit give the collective to help us navigate these energies? What do we need to know? Messages from Spirit, please, for the collective. And one more. That's it. What do we need to know for the 10th of May 2022? Ooh, itchy nose. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck we've got Never Ending Story. Then we've got Not For You. And we've got Time for a Nap. Okay, so this is talking to me of it's not a time to move forward. The Never Ending Story, when that card turned over, what I saw was sort of the eternal flowing dance backwards and forwards of the planets and the celestial beings in our life. And it never... we talk about starting things and finishing things, but as I found in my life, there is no start, there is no ending. It's like, oh yeah, well this thing started there, oh, but then there was that thing before that that fed into that, and before that was... It's just this constant dance of backwards and forwards. You've got the solar cycle going on, the annual solar cycle. You've got the lunar cycle going on around that. 13 lunar cycles in one solar cycle. We've got the Mercury, the Venus, the Mars cycles. All the planets have got their own cycles, and together they make this elaborate dance that we can tune into, and we can work with those energies. So we're working in collaboration and co-creation with the universe, sometimes going forward, sometimes going back. The Not For You and the Time for a Nap cards, it's telling me that it's not a you can't do anything at the moment. It's not the right time, it's not the right opportunity, so stop fighting against it, conserve your energy and have a little nap. Keeping one eye open. The fox on the bottom of the moon has got one eye open. The sneaky fox, one eye open, patiently waiting and observing when the energies change. Okay, but at the moment, whatever's being offered isn't necessarily the best thing for you. When we get rejection, who is somebody? Oh, Baba Julie, love it, a wonderful tarot reader that I follow, and was on about sort of rejection and about it's just the universe stopping us going down the wrong avenue and letting us have time to reconsider and see a better thing that the universe is offering. I can't remember it's something that reconsideration and redirection. So yeah, hold your horses, cowboy. Okay, so let's see if the tarot can throw some more light on this for us. So I said before, I'm using the Thoth deck. Okay, so what do we need to know for today, the 10th of May 2022? Messages from Spirit, please, for the collective. What help, support, advice and guidance can Spirit give us to help us navigate these energies? Okay, what do we need to know? Oh yes, 10th today we've got these energies going on, the Mercury and the Jupiter energies. Friday I've just discovered on Facebook is Friday the 13th, and then on Monday the 16th we've got the full moon lunar eclipse in Scorpio going on. So big energies this week. So as I say, buckle in and prepare for the journey. So let's see what we've got. Okay, so we've got the Chariot in the centre of the spread. We've got the Eight of Cups in the past position. Below us, we've got the Nine of Cups. Nice progression from the 8 to the 9. Above us, Spirit coming down. We've got the Knight of Discs. Knight in this deck, in other decks it's the King. And then the future card, we've got the Prince or the Knight of Wands. So some clarifiers. We've got the Emperor who came out yesterday. Move these over here. We've got the Emperor. We've got the Two of Pentacles. And we've got the Princess of Wands. Okay, and then at the bottom of the deck, oh God, we've got the Seven of Cups. We've got the Princess of Swords. And we've got the High Priestess. Okay, so let's have a look at these cards. Where we find ourselves at the moment, the Chariot, we're wanting to race ahead. You know, the energies yesterday were fantastic, great start to the week, let's go. And then today we're brought to a stop. Okay, we're being asked to sort of reconsider things, and just take our time and be cautious with this Mercury retrograde. In the past, this is the Eight of Cups, which is Mercury in Pisces, Saturn in Pisces. Okay, two very different energies. Saturn very restrictive and closed in and regimented, and these are the rules and we must obey them. In sort of the oceanic waters of Pisces, all spiritual lightness and love and things. So we come up with the Eight of Cups, indolence. I see this as a dark night of the soul. And I think it's very much tying in with the Mercury retrograde things. We've got to go through the darkness and the shadow, especially as we've got that full moon lunar eclipse on Monday in Scorpio. There's things we've got to do first before we can move forward. When Mercury goes direct on the 3rd of June, happy birthday to me for then. It's like, oh no, Mercury's going to get a station go direct on my birthday. Ah. So, but yeah, we're not in a place to move forward. At the base of the reading, we've got the Nine of Cups, which is Jupiter in Pisces. Okay, so sort of from the past, we've got this very constrictive energy. The foundation, we've got this expansive Jupiter energy. This is the emotional wish card. We're building on our wishes. Okay, and what often happens is we set our intentions, we send out our emotional wishes to the universe, and what's the first thing that the universe does is it stops us, because there's work to do for us to do before we're in a position where those wishes or those intentions can come true. We need to grow, okay, And that's what this dark night of the soul is about. Okay, but we've set the intentions. We most likely did that at the new moon solar eclipse on the 30th of April. And set those intentions for the next month and everything. And we've got to go through the dark night of the soul. And I think that's also connected with the full moon lunar eclipse in Scorpio. What's above us, the spiritual dimensions, we've got the King of Discs. Now, usually the King of Discs or the King of Pentacles is about stability and, you know, groundedness and money in the bank and the energies, the active energies of being in the 3D world. With this card, I'm always sort of drawn to the fact that the king is looking in one direction and the horse is looking in the other direction. And it's like sort of being at an impasse and not knowing which way to go. Okay, is this the thing I want to do? Is this where I want to put my money? Is this the thing that's going to provide stability? And remember, we've got not for you, okay, and time for a nap. It's telling us that it's not the right time to move forward. We're not really sure which way to go. Okay, we need to go back. We need to do the review, the reflection, the reconsidering through Mercury retrograde, so that by the time we come to the other side, we know the direction we're going in. And when that time comes, we will be able to raise ahead. We've got the Prince or the Knight of Wands, very direct and forceful, passionate, knows what he's doing, knows where he wants to go, and straight out intensity. The Knights are linked to the mutable signs. So we've got mutable fire, which is Sagittarius. It's that aiming. But it is when you're going to fire an arrow, a Sagittarian arrow, the first thing you do is you pull back the bow. We're in the pull back state at the moment while Mercury retrograde is happening, and also that full moon lunar eclipse. But when the time's right, we'll be able to fire the arrow at our goal. The clarifiers, we got the Emperor, who came out yesterday, I think. Did he come out in the messages from above placement? We need to take our time to find this self-mastery. It's coming down from above, and we need to sit in that energy and review and reflect on finding our self-mastery. Okay, we could, with the two of Pentacles, we could be backwards and forwards. There could be two options or something, two directions to go in, and we have to weigh up and decide which is the best way for us. And then we have the Princess or the Page of Wands, which again in this deck, she's grabbing that tiger of fears and swinging it around to throw it away. This is what we're being held back for, is to find these fears, these anxieties, these things that will trip us up if we race out now, working with them, overcoming them, and then we're free to go forward. The cards that came out at the bottom of the deck, the general influence of the reading, we've got the Seven of Cups, debauch. I call this is like an emotional quagmire. We're walking through treacle, slimy green treacle, and yeah, it's holding us back, it's sticking to us. And this is Scorpio. I'm just trying to see what is it, Mercury in Scorpio, or is it, oh, it's Venus in Scorpio. So we've got Venus in Scorpio, so it could be around sort of, you know, dark emotions around love and things like that. Looking at our values in life, our relationship to money, our relationship to other people, beauty, harmony, values. Something's out of balance at the moment, and we've got to go through the dark night of the soul to uncover what it is to come out the other side. Next to that, we've got the Princess of swords. And in this deck, I always see this as battling against the negative emotions and thoughts, the fears, the anxieties, the worries, the self-doubt. This is sort of what we're trailing through in this dark night of the soul, to come out the other side so that we can move forward. Without dealing with those things, then we're sort of, it's like your head saying you want to go forward, but there's elements within the body and the being that are going, no, oh God, what if it goes wrong? What if I fail? And so you're working against yourself. We need to come back into ourselves. We need to see where these emotions and these thoughts are lodged in the body and work through them. Then we have the High Priestess. So she's calling on, the energy is coming down to find the answers. She's talking to the universe, to spirit and source, the divine, her higher self. She's connecting in, and she's sort of drawing that energy down to find the answers within her. She's silent. She speaks in tongues. She scries. It's about sort of connecting into the higher sources to find the answers that we're looking for. And as we do that, then it will free up the energy and we can go forward. Mercury retrograde is a perfect time to be doing this. It goes back to 26 degrees Taurus, as I said. So 2 more times it's going to form a trine to Pluto. So again, look at where Pluto is in your natal chart. That is the soul level transformation that we need to go through before we can move on. Okay, so that's today's reading. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope it resonated for you. If it did, then please do like, share and subscribe to the channel. For notifications, click on the wiggly bell. And then you'll be told whenever I'm releasing a reading. If you'd like a personal reading from me, then please do email me at the email address below this video in the description box. Have a wonderful day, and until tomorrow, thank you for watching.